I was a teacher, but then the war came along and everybody wanted to do their part. So I volunteered.
My guests with me today are
Alice Dvirnak Starnes, Specialist T second in the waves, 1943 to 45.
So for people watching who might not know what a Navy Waves is, or a Navy Wave or the Waves program, how would you describe that program?
Because we were a volunteer emergency service. We took the place of a lot of the young men who then had to go to the battlefields. And the Waves never did. We were strictly USA based.
So you said you volunteered for the Waves. How did you hear about the program?
Oh, it was on radio. It was in the newspapers. It wasn't on the internet.
So when you went to boot camp, was it all women for the Waves boot camp?
Yes, all women.
Wow. I mean, I'm sure that what a different boot camp experience than I had. It's definitely changed just maybe a little bit, but
we were entertained almost every week. There was an entertainer that would come to entertain our volunteers. And one weekend we had Frankie Sinatra to entertain us. Life magazine took pictures of us. And I have a picture that was on the cover of Life magazine. And when boot camp was over, after a barrage of tests, they decided that I needed to be in the pilot program. So a number of the girls and I went to a field near Atlanta, Georgia, where we learned how to instrument fly. And that is what we were going to teach the young pilots. After technical school, we were transferred to Corey Field in the Pensacola area. There, I counted the boys in my logbook the other day. There were over 1,000 young pilots that went through my training. I hope they didn't get lost in the Pacific.
Wow.
Anyway, there were also 2 squadrons of British pilots that came through there.
So you trained more than just American pilots. You trained British pilots as well?
There were 2 classes of British pilots. They had to learn how to fly at night, you know. They couldn't very well fly over Germany and not know instruments. That's the instrument panel. Yes. We would go into that little link trainer. The door would be closed, and we would be nothing but an instrument panel in front of us. And that is what we taught the pilots, how to fly by instruments only.
I also have another that is a pilot just sitting with the door on the side. So I'm guessing that all of those doors just close and they're in the dark.
Oh, yes.
And that's what
some of them, by the way, some of the young pilots were claustrophobic and they couldn't take it.
Oh, no.
Afterwards, I was transferred to Barrenfield. But at Barrenfield, I didn't do much because it was so technical. It was teaching the young men how to down the enemy in the Pacific. So after that, the war was over. We marched down Fifth Avenue for miles and miles and miles in celebration. We were so exhausted by the time the parade ended that we didn't even have liberty. We went back to the dormitory.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. So did you realize what you were doing at the time, being a Navy Wave, would have such an impact on women serving in the military and kind of securing a spot for women and future generations?
Did I realize it? Not really. I was doing my duty for my country, which a lot of other people were also doing.
Mm-hmm. The uniform has changed so much throughout the years, but the Wave uniform is very iconic. Could you describe to me what your favorite part of the uniform was?
We wore wool, of all things, woolen, navy blue skirts, no trousers, and that was our dress uniform.
Yes, thank you. Alice, are there any other stories that you would like to share with me about your time in the Waves?
Lots of stories, but they're not for sharing. Oh, let me tell you something else. The people in the United States were so wonderful. I can't even say how we did it. But my sister was a Rosie the Riveter in LA. My young brother was a sonar cable layer. We are a Navy family. I married a Navy chaplain and had 3 children. Charles, who was a submariner, and his daughter was in the Navy. And of course, his son-in-law is in the Navy. So we're a Navy family.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much to both of you for your time and your service to our country. I really appreciate it. And just thank you from personally and on behalf of all the people that you've had an impact on. Alice, I would like to say that I try to honor the Waves in what I do in my career, and I thank you for paving the way. You didn't realize it at the time, but you had such a big impact on what we can all do today in the military. So thank you. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
So long.
Bye-bye.
See you. Thank you.